Removing all of the unnecessary, incompetent, and corrupt bureaucrats from the federal workforce.
This is not how our system of government works. We don't have kings in this country, and we don't have billionaire dictators.
President Trump continuing his promise to cut down the federal government. Thousands of federal workers have already lost their jobs, and more layoffs are planned at the VA and also the IRS.
In less than an hour, Arizona Attorney General Chris Mays will host the first community impact hearing on these federal firings. 12 News journalist Bianca Bono is live in Phoenix with the very latest. Bianca?
Guys, polling shows that the majority of Americans do believe that the government just spends too much money. But recent polling also shows that Americans appear to be split when it comes to how they're viewing these DOGE cuts. Are they being rolled out too quickly? What kind of impact are they going to have on our communities? And tonight at this upcoming meeting, we expect to hear what that impact is from the perspective of Arizona Attorney General Chris Mays. It's no secret she has been very vocal about her concerns regarding DOGE cuts. In recent days, she has specifically highlighted cuts to the Department of Veterans Affairs. And just a couple of hours ago, the VA secretary in Washington announced plans to cut the VA's workforce by 15%, a reduction of more than 70,000 employees. In that announcement, he said that benefits and health care for veterans would not be impacted. Tonight, Mays will also be joined by attorneys general from Minnesota, New Mexico, and Oregon. And she's asked members of the community who have already been impacted by cuts to show up here and speak. Last night, during his joint address to Congress, President Trump talked about what he described as wasteful government spending that says DOGE has identified.
Just listen to some of the appalling waste we have already identified. $22 billion from HHS to provide free housing and cars for illegal aliens. $45 million for diversity, equity, and inclusion scholarships in Burma. Thank you, Elon. He's working very hard. He did.
And tonight's meeting will be the first of several national community impact hearings all across the country to discuss federal funding and those job cuts. That meeting gets started in less than an hour, right at 6 o'clock. We're live in Phoenix. Bianca Bono, 12 News.
And Bianca, you pointed it out right at the top of your report. I think the majority of people are saying, look, we need to cut down a bit on federal government, but actually cutting people and programs can be painful. Is there going to be any teeth to this meeting, to what Chris Mays is doing here? Is there a lawsuit in the offing?
We'll see. When you have a room full of attorneys general, that's certainly always on the table, right? But it'll be very interesting to hear from them. And I'm really more interested in hearing from community members who have been impacted. We've started hearing from them already in our reporting. Just yesterday, our investigative producer, Katie Wilcox, had a piece featuring a Phoenix Army veteran who just got a promotion last summer working for Homeland Security. Because of that promotion, he was technically considered a new employee on probation, and he was actually laid off under these new DOGE cuts. So very interesting to hear actually from these individuals who have been impacted already, and we hope to hear from more of them tonight.
I'm sure we'll have more coming up later on in later editions of 12 News. Thank you, Bianca. The city of Phoenix